shooting his garbage can with water.
Joe's done a ton of shit to the golf course where he's worked for probably 4 or 5 years. And it's really just a miracle that he hasn't been fired yet. I think you and me and Dustin were hanging out by that green 14, I think.
13,
whatever. And we were building some jumps for our bikes, I think, out of those dirt piles there.
back when they were there, yes.
Yeah. And Joe was down there helping us, you know, shoveling and doing stuff. And there's an outhouse right by where we were doing it. And Joe just starts wandering over to this outhouse. And I notice him grabbing the hose that was on the outhouse. And I'm like, Joe, what are you doing? He's like, oh, watch this. So he takes this hose, brings it into the outhouse, sticks it in the toilet, and turns the water on full blast. And he's like, I'm just gonna leave this here. They're not gonna find it for a long time, and it's gonna overflow. And somehow, Paul Wellenstein, who is like the golf pro and kind of head of the whole golf course.
We refer to him as the golf Nazi. But continue.
Okay. He found out about it somehow that night, and Joe and I were just sitting outside, and Paul calls him over, and he's just like, Joe, what are you doing sticking that hose in the outhouse? Joe's like, oh, I didn't do anything, it wasn't me. And Paul's like, Joe, I know it was you. If you do anything like that again, you're fired. And he never got fired. I mean, he did the eggs on the green thing after that, never got fired.
I know he's wrecked a few carts before.
Yeah, he shows up late to work a lot. He just should have been
He's
fired
taken
a very
vehicles
long
without
time
permission.
ago. Yeah, and for some reason he hasn't. He did get fired from Holiday, though. You worked with Joe Gretsch for a while at Holiday. Is there any interesting stuff you can talk about from that?
When I first started working there, Joe started telling me what to do, and I don't know, it seemed like something someone who'd been there for years would do, but I think he was only there for a couple of weeks. Like, one time I had him help me take out garbage, and he didn't want to help me out, so he locked the door on me outside and made me take out the garbage myself. Well, I never got to work with him again after that because he got fired the next day for being late for work. Yeah, he got like 4 warnings to show up on time for work, and the last time was supposed to be the 3rd time, but he didn't get fired for that, and he said, they won't fire me, you know? And, well, 4th time was like 2 days later. He was 5 minutes late or so, and said he had to let him go, just like me. And I don't know, me and Joel, we can't get over losing our Holiday jobs, so sometimes we wear our shirts around, you know, because we love that place, but at least we get to go back on the premises and shop, so it's good.
Holy crap, look at that huge hole. You got like sticks jammed in here.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my god, look at that.
We were sitting at his house one day and we were really bored. It was just really hot out. And from Joe's deck, he didn't have his redneck porch built yet. So we were standing on his deck and it overlooks the golf course. So this one maintenance worker, Corey Clemmer, was cutting grass or something around one of the greens outside Joe's house, the one that he shot eggs on with a water balloon launcher. Corey's cutting the grass around that. And just completely out of the blue, Joe grabs his paintball gun. And he's like, oh, I'm going to shoot this at him. I'm just going to scare him a little bit. So he goes out on his deck. And I'm like, Joe, this is a really bad idea. If you hit him, like, you could get in a lot of trouble for that, I think. And he's like, oh, I'm not going to hit him. I'm just going to hit the lawnmower that he's on. I'm like, all right, whatever, fine. So he goes and he's like ducking behind his deck. And he puts the paintball gun above it and fires like 3 shots. He hits Corey Clemmer like right here, right in the throat.
And he shows me this welt. He's got about a quarter-sized welt right on his neck right here. And it was just beet red. You could tell it had been hit by a paintball. It was just so funny. He was so pissed off about it. Joe comes in, he's like, holy shit, I'm gonna fucking hit him in the throat. If he finds out, he's gonna fucking kill me. He's just going crazy. He goes up to me and he goes, you tell Joe next time I see him, I'm gonna kick his fucking ass. Nothing ever happened.
Oh, get these picnic tables and we'll set one up and I'll jump on it and I'll write it down.
Yep.
And, you know, I remember I wanted to see it because I knew he wouldn't be able to do it. And there was nothing more I wanted to see than for him to fall and get hurt.
How do I know Joe Gretsch? How can you not know somebody that's that dumb? Like, you go anywhere, you're walking down the street and you see Joe Gretsch walking down the street, and you can tell, you know that kid because he's that dumb. Like, you don't just go past somebody walking by the street and like, you know, everybody's normal. I mean, moderately not stupid. Joe's just fucking dumb. That kid is dumb. He pisses me, he's so dumb it pisses me off. I'm gonna call Joe Gretsch. I'm calling Joe Gretsch. Where's his name? Oh yeah, he's listed as dumb kid, because Joe Gretsch is so goddamn dumb. I'm calling that fucker right now, because he's so fucking dumb it pisses me off. He's so dumb he can't answer on the first fucking ring. That's how dumb Joe Gretsch is. Shut the fuck up, Joe! That's right. That's why I tell Joe Gretsch when I see him, because he's that fucking dumb and it pisses me off. I tell him to shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, Joe!
One of the many times I've almost been killed by Joe is about 1 a.m. and Joe was driving his car out to Shelly Bacchus's house. It's a big hick party, as we found out. But anyway, we're driving out there and I had some Pringles. Like, oh, you got some Pringles back there? So he's driving with one arm, like reaching into the back seat, trying to grab some Pringles, like, all right, here, you can take them, buddy. Instead of taking the whole Pringles thing, he's trying to drive just pitch dark through these old country roads and like trying to grab my Pringles out of the can. So, I mean, he's looking back, he wasn't watching the road for like half a minute, like, Joe, look at the road, you're the one driving. Oh, what the hell? It's so hard when you get him on the bottom, you know, because you can't reach your hand in there. And then you gotta like shake it, but then all the crumbs come out. I'm like, Joe, you're freaking driving. You need to watch the road. I'll worry about the Pringles. So we almost died, but eventually Joe got his Pringles and we got to the hick party and it was lame, so. And I survived, so that was good. A near-death experience by Cameron.
Whatever I hit, I need to stop.
Having a party out at my house, out at our fort up in the woods, and everyone was, you know, doing a little drinking.